Hello, hi everyone. So I'm Nicola Buckley and I help female business leaders who're stressed and overwhelmed to become happier and more fulfilled. And I'm very excited today because I have one of my amazing VIP clients here, Claire, who's looking lovely in one of her colours. And she's just going to chat through a little bit about her story. So she's a mum of two. She's got a big job as well. And we worked together for, I think it was just over a year. And she came down on a retreat as well. So she's done a lot of stuff with me. So what I want to do is just ask her today to kindly, she's agreed to share her experience. So you can see how it is being a VIP client and demystify a little bit and what it is and how it works and what happens as a result. So yeah, hello Claire.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Yes.
Good. Oh, I'm really excited. I love this because I love the testimonials and just having my clients on, because as much as I can talk for Britain, as we all know that I can, about what I do, and I do love it, I'm very passionate about it. I think it's that articulation of someone's actual story that just it just brings it to life. And rather than talking about the process and how it works and the benefits, it's actually, this is the impact it's had on my life. So thank you very much. Really
my pleasure.
So what was a problem you were experiencing before you started working with StrongHer as a VIP client?
So I think for me, I had taken a massive decision in my life, which was I had left the partner of my children. Not a decision I'd taken lightly, a decision that had been coming for a very long time. And having made that decision, and 100% felt it was the right decision, was then left, one, with a lot of guilt about it, but two, just a feeling of being adrift and not really knowing how to get back to myself. So there was a lot of stuff during probably the couple of years, 2 or 3 years in particular, before Frank and I'd split up, where I'd compromised myself more and more and more, to the point where I'd kind of lost what was me, and therefore didn't really have a route to get back to that. So I felt pleased with the decision I'd made, but then still very lost in the process. And that's for me what I needed help with, in terms of how to kind of get myself out of that.
Yeah. And that almost that shift in identity to being someone then and not having a big job, and how does that then translate when you'll suddenly go from being in a couple to being on your own?
Yeah, and I'd done therapy, so I'd had work with amazing. I worked with a therapist after that, at the immediate time, and that was brilliant at making me keep upright and keep going on a day-to-day basis. But that step forward about the not just being okay but being amazing, that felt like still out of my reach, and no real clear way of how to get back to it and how to get back to me and who I was.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's an ironic thing, isn't it, when people say to you, if you have a big job interview, if you're going on a date or something big in your world, and the people say, "Oh, be yourself," yet no one really teaches and coaches women how to be themselves, whereas my stuff is like a step-by-step kind of process. So
and I think, I was really good at, I'm a good mum. I was good at that role. I am good at my job. I'm good at that role. But the being Claire and being the bit that isn't those two roles with a title, I didn't know how to do that anymore. I'd kind of lost my way to that without really realising that that's what I'd done.
Yeah, absolutely. And had you tried anything else to get back to you? And if so, what had you tried?
Yeah, so I'd done therapy through work, and that had certainly made me massively more resilient and had supported me to make the decision that I took, which was really good. And then actually I'd done one of your free programs, which had massively helped as well. And I think without having done that, I think that's what made me make that jump, because I felt that I made loads of progress through doing that, but I kind of knew there were still areas that I wasn't pushing myself to go into, if that makes sense. I think when you do it yourself, you take yourself probably to a degree of discomfort, but then you stop. And I knew there was still further to go. And it just felt like I needed that extra support. And also there's a thing of knowing that we were talking every couple of weeks, knowing that it kept me to the timetable and the commitment to myself, which I think when it's self-guided, sometimes it's really easy to make an excuse of why you're not going to do something.
But it's that I'm a great coach, and I really believe that more and more, but I'm coaching myself, not the best at all. And I think you're right, you shy away from those darker areas, don't you? Because you're like, you don't know what you're going to find. It feels uncomfortable. It feels quite scary. You don't know what's going to come out of it.
Nick, I remember that one where I'd done my 3 values, and I was absolutely fine with the fact that my 3 values I'd chosen were fine. And then I remember saying them to you, and you literally laughing out loud at me, kind of going, this is a really great starting point. None of that is making you feel passionate. And me kind of going, oh. And then we worked through it, and we got to the next stage, we picked words, and I could feel the fizz of excitement when I got to the right words. But if I'd been doing it myself, I'd have stopped at those first 3, which wouldn't have actually given me that tool, which, living and working to those has fundamentally unlocked how I make decisions and how I can analyze where I am and why I'm out of kilter at any one point in time, because I know the things that drive me now. I know my absolute core values, and I know that if I'm off or feeling wrong and I can't quite get that, why am I feeling like this, it's almost always because something I'm doing in my life is out of balance with those core values. If I'd gone with my first 3 that I picked, it wouldn't have had that effect, because they wouldn't have been the right ones.
Amazing. So that might answer the next question. What were the results of working with StrongHer? I think you've kind of answered it.
And one, just the increase in confidence, but it's the work that helps you understand yourself, but it's also having a toolkit that you come back to. So for example, today's been pretty crap this morning, and properly out of balance, too much going on, feeling panicked, feeling like I just need to do and do and do and do because I've got too much that I need to do. And then I remember some of the questions you used to ask me, which is, if you just do one thing for yourself right now, what would that be? And it's that it totally unlocked my day, because instead of staying on that wheel and keeping doing the same things, I took a step back, I stopped, I calmed down, I thought about things clearly, I de-scoped some of the things I didn't really needed to do, and the stuff I did need to do, including one really tricky conversation, I then had that conversation coolly and calmly. I ended up with a better result out the end of it than I'd even gone in aiming for. So it is that thing of, it's not just about how far you get at the time, it's a real ongoing toolkit that you use repeatedly, that every day makes a difference to my life.
Oh, amazing. I think I said to someone last week, I was talking to a lady who wants to become a VIP client after the summer, excuse me. She said, what's the biggest thing that I will get from this? And I haven't said it before, and hopefully you'll agree with this, but I said, you will have a forever framework for clarity and confidence.
Yeah, 100%. And also, I then got the thing of people multiple people coming asking me, what was I doing? What have you done? What, you're obviously doing something because you look amazing. You just seem calmer. Because actually 2 of those friends who were literally had no idea I was working with somebody, but both commented on there and then specifically said, but specifically what are you doing? Because the transformation in you is so massive. One in a work environment, one in a personal environment. So it's not that you only say it in one way. Then went on to become VIP clients with you because of the impact they'd seen it had on my life. Now, you can't, that wasn't because I sold you to somebody. That's because they came to me to say, something is impacted, transformed you. And, you seem so happy, you seem calm, there's just a different energy. And actually, that's lush when somebody then, says that and then literally wants to go through with the whole, and then came back and said, would you be offended if we contacted Nick as well? And it's like, no, no, absolutely. Let me make that introduction.
Amazing. That was amazing. But is that, I have had I have had a couple of clients recently, and people have said to them it's not always as tangible. Like in the background you have this toolkit for forever clarity and confidence, but it's the change in energy, it's the calmness, it's the letting things go, it's the things aren't so heavy. One of my clients saying that she laughs a lot more, it's a lot lighter. Just her whole, how she feels about life is just completely changed for her.
I feel like you don't live on the roller coaster so much because you're much less driven by other people's reactions, other people's opinions, it's coming from you in the center. So those ups and downs, it's very different. You don't you know, I'm very sure of my core and my compass and where I'm driving to and why. So actually, if stuff gets thrown from other sides, it's much more difficult for me to go off course, because I know what's right for me and what I need to be doing. And actually, I know that a load of stuff is stuff that's thrown at me and is said, and I choose my feedback. I choose when I want to listen to people and when I don't, because I know that why I'm doing things and why it's right for me.
Yeah, and that's the thing, isn't it? Life will never stop happening around you, or people reacting certain ways, or you know, things going on at work. Like some of you have had big things going on at work, and relationships and people change, and that doesn't stop happening. But your ability to, I call it, come back home to who you are, to come back to your values and come back to what's right for you and what feels good for you, even in those extreme situations, mean there's an anchor in who you are.
I feel incredibly more resilient as a result of it, and confident that whatever I do and whatever life throws, I would have a toolkit and a way to deal with it now in a different way.
Yeah, amazing. Woo! And what's been the best thing about it, or has that been it? I'm preempting questions again.
Thing about it, I think it's there genuinely feeling like me, and that actually I'm all right with who. Do you know? I like who I am. I talk too much. I take on too much. I get over enthusiastic. I talk too. You know, I go in at everything 100%, and that won't work for some people and will work for others. But actually, rather than worrying about it or over analysing or criticising myself afterwards, I really like myself for who I am and appreciate and accept myself for the way I am. And actually, that's what's important to me. And actually, if I'm not the right fit to somebody else, I'm cool with that as well. That's not going to change me now.
Yeah, I've got goosebumps. I love it. What are three other benefits of working with StrongHer as a VIP client?
Definitely the confidence.
Yeah.
Definitely, it makes you braver. So, having worked with you around one particular big decision I've taken in my life, I'm about to take another one. And I'm very confident that I wouldn't have taken that before without having worked with you, but you've given me the framework to assess decisions against, and also the confidence in my own ability and my ability to make decisions on what's right for me. So I would say that one. It's just a calmness and an ability to cope in different circumstances, which is huge.
Yeah, amazing. And what would you say to anyone considering working with me as part of becoming a StrongHer VIP client? Would you recommend, and if so, why?
100%. I went into it, if I'm honest, thinking, God, I'm not sure how I'm going to find the time. It feels like a lot of money. And then you step it back afterwards and you think 100% the level of investment I've made in myself. All I regret is I haven't done it before. Because the skills and the tools that you teach, I would have benefited from so many times over in the past. And it is that thing of, it's really easy to talk yourself out of it. But it is the best investment I have ever made.
Oh.
And I cannot recommend it highly enough to other people.
Oh, thank you. Is there anything else you'd like to add? Oh, I just love it.
You also make me laugh. You also, it doesn't feel stuffy. It feels relaxed and easy to do. It feels like chatting to a friend, but a friend who holds you to account and doesn't have an agenda, which is really difficult to get in real life. So it's just a pleasant experience as well. So, you know, you go in thinking, oh, it's going to be really hard. It's going to feel, it doesn't feel like that when you're in the midst of it. Genuinely, it doesn't. And yet you know the degree to which you're going into areas where you don't want to, and it just feels okay and comfortable to do it.
Yeah.
And that's about you. So.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. That's been amazing.
No problem.
I think that would really help some ladies who are maybe sat on the fence at the moment or just don't know a huge amount about it. And yeah, thank you.
Cool.
Right.
Pleasure.